Isang magandang Huwebes sa inyong lahat. Ito po ang November 25 edition ng The Stock Market Today at 30 days na lang, Pasko na. Ito po si Benji Chodoro. Ako po ay isang retired bank officer na nagsimula mag-invest sa Philippine stock market noong 2007. At ginagawa ko po itong report araw-araw, which I started August of last year. I also report the latest news on your favorite and most active stocks. If you like the content, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. If you have stocks in mind that you want reviewed, please comment on the comment box and I will prioritize. Ang ating financial news ay tungkol sa Solar Philippines Nueva Ecija Corporation. Kasama po ang ating financial headlines at ang resulta ng trading sa ating PSE ngayong araw, November 25, 2021. Dito lamang sa The Stock Market Today. So let's start with our financial headlines from the business world. Jollibee looks to launch more stores in China. And then we also have the effectivity of Manila Water and Manila revised contracts was pushed back. I think this will be sometime December. And then we have SM to open SM City Grand Central tomorrow, Friday. And our main news is on Solar Power Nueva Ecija Corporation, which will have an IPO at 1 peso each. So let's now go to the Manila Bulletin. SPNC sets IPO price at 1 peso per share. So let me put up I made a slide here. There. Solar Philippines Nueva Ecija Corp or SPNEC, the first pure renewable energy firm to go public, has pegged its initial public offering or IPO at 1 peso per share with an offer price of 27 billion. In a disclosure to the PSE, the firm said the offer period is planned for December 1 to 7 with a tentative listing date in the main board of the PSE on December 17. The proceeds of the IPO are to be used to complete the first 50 megawatts of the project and acquire land to expand the project beyond 500 megawatts in support of SPNEC's plan to develop the largest solar project in Southeast Asia. We are thankful for this opportunity to launch the Solar Philippines Group's first public offering, which we see as a favorable signal for future offerings, said Solar Philippines founder Leandro Leviste. Ito siya, napakabata pa nito. 28 years old lang po ito. This is the first time that a company has been approved to list under the supplemental listing and disclosure requirements for renewable energy companies approved by the PSE in 2011. These rules allow development stage project companies to list subject to certain requirements, including having a valid and subsisting service contract awarded by the Department of Energy. Solar Philippines incorporated SPNC in 2016 and secured a DOE service contract to develop the project in 2017. The company plans to start construction of the project before the end of 2021. Once operational, the project is intended to supplement the Luzon grid's thin reserves and help prevent rotating outages that affected millions of Filipinos earlier this year. The Nueva Ecija project would be the largest among the first 1 gigawatt of projects of Solar Philippines planned to be operating by 2022. The other projects include one in Batangas with an operational 63 megawatts in partnership with Korea Electric Power, one in Tarlac being expanded up to 200 megawatts in partnership with Prime Infra and Rason Group, and the other two in Batangas and Cavite with a combined capacity of 140 megawatts planned to be fully operational by 2022. SPNC has engaged Abacus Capital and Investment as the sole and lead underwriter for this IPO. Okay, so that's our news for the day, and ito si Leandro, he's just 28 years old, and when you take a look at the profile of the company, siya yung pinakabata, no? Siya yung chairman, president, and CEO. And then we have Carlitos Cruz, Gino Antonio Cruz, Benjamin Espirito. Mga older people, siya yung pinakabata dito. So let's now go to the Philippine Stock Exchange and the Philippine Stock Exchange Index on how it performed today. The PSE index lost 49.83 points to end at 7369.27, or 0.67% down. After 3 days of advancing, it now had a red candlestick, but our candlesticks are still above our indicators. Mukhang strong yung bounce dito sa EMA 20, but we still maintain our support at the 50-day exponential moving average. On the market summary, the all-share index also lost 0.57%, or 22.27 points down. The sectoral indices ended mixed. The industrials and mining were in the green, while the financials, holding companies, properties, and services were in the red. On the market status, now before I proceed with market status, may I just read some of the comments of the subscribers here. Welcome muna sa new subscribers, si Jose Marie Di Chioco, Marvin Sabado, and Vincent Tong 129. Okay, si George Kwang, ang sabi niya, "Hi sir, recommendations for a good dividend stocks." I suggest that you take a look at the description below, no? Yung number 3, the highest paying dividend stocks in the PSE index. Siguro you should start from there, but that is as of 2020. I will have to update that come December. But as a guide, you can take a look at that video that I did at the beginning of the year. Okay, Marie Tootles, sabi niya, "How much stocks do I need to purchase in order to have a good return and live comfortably?" Naku, Marie, hindi po ako financial advisor, no? I think you'll have to go to a financial advisor. So you have to go to a bank. Example lang po to, no? I would recommend a bank na merong trust department, and dun sa trust department, meron po silang financial advisors, o kaya dun sa inyong broker, no? But they are not actually financial advisors. Much better kung pupunta po kayo sa banko and go to their trust department, ask for an account officer or financial advisor. Pero ano po sila? Mahuhusay po sila dyan. But just to answer your question and just to give you an idea, example lang po ito, no? How much stocks do I need to purchase? Medyo broad po. But first, kasi the first thing that you should do is to have a goal. Diba? Kailangan may goal po kayo para to live comfortably. Ano ba ang ibig sabihin ng live comfortably? Kailangan i-monetize nyo po yan. Yan ba ay 100,000 pesos a month? Yan ba ay 50,000 pesos a month? Yan ba ay 10,000 pesos a month? You have to define what is comfortable in money terms. Okay? Yan po ang first step. Ngayon, I made a rough example here. May I put that up? Okay, nakikita mo na ba yan? Example lang po ito, no? Just to give you an idea. But you'll have to go to a financial advisor, ha? So, for example, actually, maganda yung tanong ni George Kwang kanina, no? Ano yung magandang dividend earning stocks? Example, si DMC. Yan po yung number 1, eh. Earns dividends of 96 centavos per year based on 2021 information, ha? And magkano ba si DMC ngayon? Tingnan nga natin. How much is DMC now? DMC is I think 770. Tama ba yung nilagay ko dito? Yan, it closed at 7 pesos and 70 centavos. Ang dividend yield po niya is 12.47%. Paano ko po nakuha yung dividend yield? You just divide 96 centavos, the total dividends earned, over 770, the price per share. You get 12.47%, and that is for the year. Example lang po ko 96. Ngayon po, since the tax for dividends is just 10%, you remove the effect of the tax. You multiply this by 0.9 or 90%, you get 11.22%. That is net of tax. That is the dividend yield net of tax. Ngayon, for example, going back to my question, how much is comfortable? Say, for example, you need to earn 30,000 a month, or you need to live comfortably by having an income of 30,000 a month when you retire. Example lang po ito. It can be 50, it can be 100, but for illustration purposes, halimbawa na lang po 30,000 a month. How many DMC shares should I buy? Of course, ang pinapractice po natin dito is to diversify, but just to simplify. And example lang na isang stock lang po ang bibili ninyo. I chose DMC, the top dividend earning stock in 2020. So how many DMC shares should I buy? Now, since you know that your goal per month is 30,000, the goal per year, you multiply it by 12, you get 360. Yan po yung dapat kitain ni DMC. Now, how much investment should I buy if the price is 770? Okay, first, you know your goal for the year, which is 360. Divide that amount by 11.22%, which is the net dividend yield, and you get 3,208,333. That is how much investment that you have, how much amount that you have to buy DMC. Okay, yan yung amount of investment na po sa DMC. And for instance, the price per share at the time of purchase is 770. You will have to buy a total amount of 416,666.67 shares, or roughly 417,000 shares of DMC. And since you know that the dividend yield is roughly 11.22 a year, that would earn you 360,000 pesos a year, or about 30,000 pesos a month. Ngayon, mas malaki po, mas malaki po yung goal niyo, mas malaki pong investment ang ilalagay niyo po dyan. Okay po? Did I answer your question? Of course, again, you'll have to consult a financial advisor. Licensed financial advisor. Hindi po ako ganon. Okay po? So, go to a trust department of a bank for further information. For illustration purposes lang po sa akin, or for educational purposes. Okay? I hope I answered your question. So, now let's go to what happened to the PSE, or our stocks that we will be reviewing. So, we will be reviewing the following. We will review the stocks at the middle to the bottom, yung most active. So, tignan po natin si PHA, URC, MBT, KEEPR, SM, and JFC. So, let's now go to those stocks. PHA muna. PHA is Premier Horizon. I think this is a gambling company, Uy, nagkaroon siya ng bounce dito, and the earnings is, net income is negative, pero tumaas siya. Any news about this? May substantial acquisition siya. So, meron siyang in-acquire na property, or meron biniling kumpanya. Meron nag-invest, agreement with an investor group, Marvin de la Cruz. So, may equity infusion si PHA, kaya siya tumaas ng ganito. And it is now above the 20-day exponential moving average, so there is a significant bounce here. However, based on the medium and the long-term indicators, bearish pa rin po PHA. With resistance, lagay po natin dito sa area to. Yan, sa 93 centavos po ang pinaka-resistance niya. Kasi yung pinaka-support nasa 61 eh. Pero nag-bounce na po siya doon sa support level na yon. Okay, URC. Undervalued itong stock na ito. Kasi based dito sa, tingnan na natin yung value based on video securities ng URC, ay nandito po siya. 160 po ang kanyang fundamental price or about 20% upside. So PRC just moving sideways, and it is about bearish. It is bearish to sideways right now, with support here at 130, and the lower support after that would also be here at 128.70. So since our indicators are above the candlestick, RSI is a bit bearish at 46. Yung midpoint po kasi natin is 50. Ngayon, yung resistance niya ay meron po dito sa area to, sa 136. Another one here at 140.60. So that's my take for URC. Then Metrobank. Okay, Metrobank is just moving sideways, and it appears to be, it had a bounce, or it appears to be resisting in the 20-day exponential moving average at 50.51. But the resistance is here at 52.11. It is, I consider the stock bullish at this point, with RSI at 42.15. So it appears na nag-profit taking lang po siya. Ngayon, yung pinakamalapit na support, I would place it here at EMA 50. And then KEEPR. Okay, si KEEPR naman ay, let's see if we can see something based on a 3-minute chart. Yan, based on a 3-minute chart, it appears to be moving upwards since it's FOO, no? Since it's FOO last week. So right now, I couldn't really make anything out of it except that moving upwards based on the 50 and the 20-day exponential moving average. This is a 3-minute chart. Okay, and then SM. Yan, moving sideways lang po si SM. And since the reopening of the economy, well, most of the malls are, businesses are picking up already. 972.71 po yung support. It is near support level. The next resistance would be here at 1002. But at one point, SM had reached the 1,100 level already. Ito yung November 2020, when the economy attempted to open. And I guess this is already the highest, no? It's approaching its the highest level already at 1,100 nasa November 2020. Kasi pre-pandemic, the highest was 1,140. So almost that level, at that level already, see SM. And then JFC, our final stock. Yan, JFC. Still moving upwards. Cash dividends, we may 89 centavo cash JFC. And it is bullish, but the stock has been moving sideways since November 16. No? Mukhang nagko-consolidate to. After 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of successive green candlesticks because of good earnings. No? 172.23. I think this is based on a year-to-date. So nagko-consolidate lang po siya. But based on fundamentals, JFC, ang presyo lang po ng stock is 240. It's now at 248 or 245 now. So it is just within the vicinity of its fundamental price. Yan po ang ating report sa stock market, November 25, 2021. Ito po si Benji Chidoro nagpapaalala, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagtangkilik. Hanggang sa muli. Stay safe. God bless. Bye for now.